Previously on Expedition Bigfoot.
If we're gonna find Bigfoot, this is the place we're gonna do it.
Is it possible for us to get in there?
I can't get in there with this boat. You're gonna have to take this guy.
We've decided to stick close to these rivers because those are a hotbed of wildlife activity.
There's something down there.
Do you see that?
It looks like someone's just standing there. Holy
Holy crap! Ronnie, something just moved past me this way.
Whoa!
There's something out there.
You had an encounter with a Bigfoot. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, I was coming down this road. This figure steps onto the roadway.
Oh, what the was that?
The chest was massive. It was 8 feet tall, somewhere around 1,000 pounds.
Something crossed the road right here. Oh my God. What the was that? Did you see it cross the road? Something crossed the road right here. Dude, my heart's racing.
Using a mobile reconnaissance vehicle equipped with a dozen night vision and thermal cameras, Bryce is investigating a road known for Bigfoot crossings near the eastern edge of the Olympic Peninsula. He believes he has just seen a large creature run across the road.
Let me grab this thing. I'm just gonna get out and check out with the thermal. All right. So whatever that was that lobbed across the road, it was right here. It went right into these woods. If I see anything, I can capture it on thermal. Thermal can see for up to a mile. This place is dead quiet. There's nothing on the ground. I don't see anything. Dang. I don't know what that was. I can't wait to go back and look at the video. I mean, whatever it was, we got it on camera. Maybe the video will hold more details.
If it is a good print, I'm hoping we can find some more around it.
Just 48 hours into their expedition, primatologist Dr. Maria Mayer and researcher Ronnie LeBlanc are focusing their investigation on the hundreds of waterways within their target zone. These rivers and streams are chock full of salmon, a believed staple of the local Bigfoot diet. After traveling along a river from the Hood Canal, the team is returning to a spot where Maria believes she found a footprint. The possible print is just 300 yards from the river.
Besides getting great video evidence, for a researcher to find a footprint or a set of footprints is like the Holy Grail. And some of the most famous trackways were found here in Washington.
Dozens of Bigfoot tracks have been discovered in Washington state, and many of them on the Olympic Peninsula. One of the most noteworthy came in 1982, when a local deputy sheriff cast several very large prints just 7 miles from the team's target zone. These casts revealed intricate details like skin creases and evidence of a thick sole pad that many believe would be impossible to fake.
Did not see this last night. It just didn't feel like it was this accessible.
Feels a lot more open during the day,
Yep.
that's for sure. Let's see. It's right over here. Right there.
Oh, gotcha.
This just stood out because of the relative shape and the heavy-set indentation.
Are you thinking heel is
Heel is at that end.
This end, like,
Yeah.
so it's going in
Yeah,
this
because
direction.
it's narrow and then it broadens out at the front.
Okay.
I see what you mean. This does look like the heel of a foot, but the average Bigfoot print is about 15 inches. This is smaller.
Have there ever been any juvenile prints found?
There have, and it's been questionable because of the size, that they're so small that researchers are kind of on the fence whether it's human or not.
That's strange, though, because even within well-known primates, you're going to see that size difference. Silverback gorillas can weigh up to 500 pounds, and the tallest recorded was 6 feet tall. But when baby gorillas are born, they're a mere 5 pounds. It's not unusual to see different sized tracks amongst a population of animals. The fact of the matter is that we are far and remote, and the likelihood of a human leaving this is pretty small. So I can't rule out that what we're looking at here is a juvenile print.
We know there's a game trail. We know there's the water source.
This area is definitely a hot spot. The river is right below us, isn't it? This footprint doesn't have enough details for us to cast it or scan it, but what happened to Maria here is very interesting, and we're directly above where the salmon are spawning. We're trying to connect the dots here, and I definitely want to see what we can find on this river.
Let's make our way down.
There we go. It's getting greener. You can actually feel the coolness.
8 miles from Ronnie and Maria's position, survivalist Russell Acord is making his way down to an area below a cliff where he believes he spotted a figure standing motionless using his thermal binoculars.
Right here, it's an upright red. Do you see that? It looks like someone's standing.
Using info gathered from satellite imagery, Bryce believes the area Russell is approaching may contain a large concentration of wild berries and may be a prime target to spot Bigfoot.
Food is everywhere here.
It seems like Bryce's intel was right. Look at this. Huckleberries everywhere.
Protein, vegetation, animals.
Bigfoot is an omnivore. It will eat whatever is available to it.
Could survive out here for a long time. Look at this. There's a game trail that runs off here to the right.
We think that huckleberry patch goes for a couple of miles. And it's going to take me a while to explore that area, but it's a great sign that our system is working. And if there's huckleberries all through here, I should find evidence of whatever it was that was walking on that ridge last night.
But I'm awful close to where I need to be. Yeah, that's a pretty well-used game trail right here. I want to show you something. See how this game trail goes right up against this tree and out? I'm going to say that a lot of the game that goes through here is deer. If it was somebody like a human, it would have knocked these off by now. We're getting bigger prints. Right here, here's your typical hoof. This is the back of the hoof and the point drives in. It leaves a triangular mark. It's an active trail, big time. I mean, this is a nice little dense place. You can move through here quite freely and not be seen by anything. And the soft ground will let you walk through here fairly quietly. You know, hey, there's something below us. Here, but something moved through the trees down here. All right, see this spot right here where we can actually sit for a while, listen to the sounds? So I want to sit on the top of this trail and see if anything from down below will make its way up to us.
Any big game hunter or military sniper will tell you movement in the field is the first thing that gets noticed. So if you don't have a blind and you want to conceal yourself, you have to remain still, completely still.
It's deadly quiet. You can hear the little bit of the wind from well above us. But nothing in this forest right now is moving at all. So we just get comfortable and wait it out. Something's gotta move.
So the other night, we found a road that we thought was extremely active, and I had 8 cameras set up on this SUV, and now I've brought in all the footage, and I'm gonna take a look. I saw something cross the road. I don't know what it was, but hopefully this footage holds the answers. It happened so fast. Okay, let me just see if I could slow this down here. Right there. There it is. Let me see if I could zoom in here. Hold on. Yeah, that's a little better. Right here. Like a little ball of light moving across the road. It's very strange. It's hard to tell, but something definitely crossed the road, and who knows, you know, we've seen orbs.
What is that?
We've also seen red eye shine.
Straight ahead, right there. Eyes.
This could be anything. I just need more information. Why don't we go to that thermal video? I just want to pull that up to see if we can maybe get some more detail. Perhaps discern if whatever it was had any type of body heat to it. Just keep it slow. Oh, what the f is that? That is crazy. This could be anything. I just need more information. Why don't we go to that thermal video to see if we can maybe get some more detail. Oh, what the f is that?
While reviewing the thermal footage from last night's investigation, Bryce has just spotted what appears to be a figure crossing the road.
It doesn't look so much like a ball of light anymore, but it looks like, I don't know, to me I feel like I see legs. Kind of blowing my mind. I feel like I see a bipedal creature crossing the road. Obviously, whatever it is has some sort of a heat signature as well. I mean, it's always possible this was a human. We were on a man-made road. But if this is just some guy crossing the road, then why did I see it as an orb light? And then when you see it on the thermal, it looks like a Bigfoot crossing the road. You know what's interesting too is when we caught this, I was heading south, and whatever this was moving towards Ronnie and Marea's position.
Nine miles from Russell's position, Ronnie and Maria are making their way from the site of the possible juvenile footprint down to the river below them to search for more evidence.
Look at this. These little arches. This one.
These?
And that one over here. They're both pointing in the same, like, direction, which is curious. Just trying to think how that would kind of get like that. That looks like it's been pushed down something, and it's still going in that same direction.
Looks like this. I think this is in here as well.
Huh.
Well, the thing is, if we were to take these out, this tree would snap back into position.
Right, so it was bent down and...
So something bent this and then locked it in here using this.
Yeah. Something had to weave this in. There's several trees intertwined, and there's one branch that's holding the bent one over in place. This is not natural.
Hey, Ronnie, are these in the direction of the creek bed?
They are, actually. You're right. They're pointing this way. It's almost like guide you up. It falls in line with a lot of the different markers that people believe Bigfoot is kind of setting up and directionals.
That would imply that whatever created this structure has the ability to comprehend a symbolic pattern of communication.
Right.
And to use it creatively and to use it with purpose. That would take an incredibly intelligent animal. So why would the creek be significant?
It's almost like a playpen, a nursery. Younger ones would stay in that, almost like a blind.
Well, that's interesting because in a lot of primate species, they will very often park their babies somewhere, and then they go off into the forest and they
Wow.
look for food. Primates are very protective, and they don't want to expose them to possible dangers when they're out foraging for food or hunting. So it makes perfect sense that an animal would hide their young near the creek bed because it's far more protected. It's close enough to the river where they have a main source of food, the salmon. This all makes sense from a biological standpoint.
I think this is all kind of connected here. I want to follow this. I want to keep on going. This is significant to me.
The fact that we find a juvenile-sized footprint in the same location where Maria had her encounter, all of these trees pointing in the same direction of the creek bed, the salmon in the river below, this is a hot spot, and we're connecting all the dots. It makes sense for us to do our investigation here. Bigfoot is here.
We've been here for probably a couple hours. Just kind of sitting it out.
After hearing a large creature moving nearby, Russell Acord is using a hunting strategy similar to still hunting, moving as little as possible while waiting for the animal to reveal itself.
I can hear the small birds, that's it. That's all I've got.
How long should we stay here?
Can you smell that? That's strong. It's a spooky place, man. It's just weird and quiet. It's just dead quiet. I think eventually, after it gets dark, really dark, we'll sit it out for about an hour or so in the dark. Kind of go down that trail, because I think we can actually move along that.
Oh, it's here. Whatever it is, it's here.
Eventually, after it gets dark, really dark, we'll sit it out for about an hour or so in the dark. Kind of go down that trail, because I think we can actually move along that.
Oh, it's here. Whatever it is, it's here.
That was right there. Just feels like we're being watched.
Whatever's moving over there, it's close. I've been here long enough. I'm gonna head over in the direction of that sound.
Look at that. Just a lot of really interesting depressions in the ground. It's not like a hoof that drives in. This is something flat. It's not a deer, that's for dang sure. That's interesting. Of course, we're sharing the forest with mountain lions and bears and deer.
This doesn't look like any of those.
Look at the hair on my arms. This is the creepiest piece of forest I've been in since we've been in Washington. Another depression right there. All along here, we keep seeing those flat spots in the trail. Okay, let's keep going down this way, see if we find anything else. Holy look at that. Look at the size of that. It's massive. Look at that. Something with a lot of weight pressed right there.
I saw something really big on that ridge last night. And right now, there's something moving around me in the forest. And here in front of me, I'm looking at this massive footprint. This is definitely the right place to be.
See the heel difference? That's flat all the way through. And that's sharp edges all the way around that heel. Whatever made that print was heavy. Did you see me having a stomp on this to push it down? I want to mark this location and save it. Perfect. I could be in a main thoroughfare here. I need to stick around and investigate this area tonight.
I'm excited to speak with an eyewitness named Roger. He had an encounter near a waterway or a river, and I think he's the perfect eyewitness because right now we are right in the middle of combing the waterways and rivers of the Olympic Peninsula. So oftentimes the smallest little clue can really sometimes just crack a case wide open.
Hey there. Hey, Roger, how you doing, man? Thanks for taking the time to talk with me, man.
No problem.
So, I understand that you had possibly a Bigfoot encounter when you were camping, is that right?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
How long ago was this, Roger?
Oh, gosh, it was 16, 17 years ago. Quite some time ago.
Gotcha. Do you remember getting a good look at this thing's face? I'll start with that.
I mean, you know, it was it was so long ago and it happened so fast. I vaguely remember it, to be honest with you. It was a long time ago. I don't talk about it very much.
Totally understand. Roger, do you remember being able to see any of the details of this creature? How tall it was, male or female, young or old?
No, I honestly, I really don't. It ran by so quick. I don't remember it looking at me. I hardly remember looking at it. It was really terrifying, and I just remember trying to make myself as small as possible. The details are kind of fuzzy.
Does it ever bother you that, you know, you can't seem to grasp a lot of the details of what you saw, or?
You know, I just want to apologize, like, ahead of time, because, like I did say, it really was so long ago, and it happened so fast. It's kind of fuzzy, so.
Well, Roger, listen, thank you for taking the time to speak with me today.
If I do remember anything, I'll definitely get back in contact with you.
Yeah, that sounds great. You have my information. I appreciate it.
You bet.
All right, thanks, Roger.
You're welcome.
All right, well, unfortunately, that didn't go as planned. It sounds like whatever it was he saw had a tremendous impact on him. I just wish he could remember some of those finer details that really helps paint a picture. I don't know. I'm not done with this witness. I know he saw something.
Where I had the weird activity, if you see that log lying there, it was just past that around the corner. Okay. So actually, I think if we get up in here a little bit, since that's where I heard the sound was on that side, we might be able to get something. So I think we place a trail cam on that tree right there.
Okay.
And then we just keep going further till we get to the spot where I heard the sound. And
yeah. Tonight, we're gonna stay here and litter this area with trail cams. And then we're gonna position ourselves along the river. If this is a spot where they're leaving their young to go and hunt, we're gonna be right where they're gonna be.
I wanna see if I can set a couple going in this direction along.
Back toward the main river.
all right, and I'm gonna get closer to the area where it actually happens.
Sounds good.
These areas are what I call prime property because you have great places to hide, you've got really good food sources, and you've got a water source right there. It's also where animals can get ambushed because, of course, predators know that, and they also come to the water sources.
We are good to go.
Coming up,
Did you hear that?
Splashing, coming, running, getting closer, and it's really heavy.
Roger, what do you think this thing is?
Tonight, we've got a full moon, and typically during a full moon, animals tend to come out. Guys, what is that? Please? Seriously, what is that?
What do you think the game plan should be?
So, because the evidence we've been tracking is in different locations, let's split up tonight. I'll go down near the water's edge because we know the river is a main food source, but the possible footprint and the creek bed are on the ridge above the river.
Right.
So if you stay high and I go low, we might have a better chance of spotting them.
And just sit there silently, hang back, and just see what comes in?
Yeah, stealth is key for this.
Okay, let's divide and conquer.
All right.
Maria will position herself along the river, while Ronnie will stake out the ridge above, where the team discovered a possible juvenile footprint.
Good luck, man.
Good luck.
We've all noticed how quiet this forest is. There's a real stillness that feels slightly unnatural. But tonight we've got a full moon, and typically during a full moon, animals tend to come out. They're more active. And so I'm expecting that we're gonna get a lot more activity out here than usual. There's a bear print here, right there. And there's bear scat right over here. You can see where animals have been bedding down in this area. It's all matted down. At the edge of a river, you're gonna see little paths that the animals very commonly use. It just becomes its own natural little highway. So I'll quickly flash a light and see if I see any highways down to the water. Already, right there, you can see that that's an area that animals use to get down to the water, to drink. And because these rivers act as barriers, this one here is shallow enough that an animal could very easily walk across. So that's an area that I would really want to keep my eyes on. This would be a good spot where I can hunker down.
I kinda like this spot right here. Very dead and quiet right now. But if I stay still, give it 15 minutes, the forest will start coming alive again. If I have to just stay in position and remain quiet, we'll start seeing some activity start picking up.
After spotting a strange figure on a hillside and then discovering a massive footprint, Russell positions himself on the ridge directly above the print.
Okay. Tonight we're gonna run the sound, and I'm also gonna be running the night vision goggles.
Russell will be using the team's compact speaker system to blast a possible Bigfoot sound in the hopes of bringing the creature out from hiding.
This audio sound that we're going to use is from a personal friend of mine. His focus is the Olympic Peninsula. The audio that we'll be using was actually taken from a location not very far from here. We're going to see if we can't coax this thing out in the open and get that evidence we're looking for.
Okay. Ready?
Ready.
Yeah, let's just sit for a little bit. I'm still recording, which is good. Did you hear that? Yeah. Holy crap. Ready?
Ready.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
That was thunder. Was there not?
No, there's no clouds. Let me back on this thing. I couldn't tell you what that was. It was something back this way. There's nothing but dense forest behind us. What would have made that sound? Let's just sit for a little bit. It's starting to get cold out here in the evenings. Pretty brisk. Yeah, the wind's not helping us at all, is it? Interesting. At this time, it seems to be a very, very quiet, calm night with nothing really moving. Tomorrow, I want to call Ronnie and Maria and let them know what I found here. Let's see if they're getting any kind of track signatures or anything like that. Whatever made that print was heavy. But for now, I think that's it.
I still believe Roger has the potential to be an amazing witness. His encounter took place inside our target zone along a river. The problem is he just can't remember any of the details. Ronnie and Maria are exploring these rivers as we speak. And so if we could get Roger to recall the details of his experience, that informs us about the behavior of local Bigfoot, making them easier to find.
To help unlock the witness's memories, Bryce has arranged to meet with a practitioner of ultra-depth hypnosis. This technique delves far deeper into the subconscious than traditional hypnosis and has been known to help some recall memories that have been hidden for decades.
You ready?
Mm-hmm. Great.
All right. So what I want you to do, first thing is I want you to close your eyes. Press down on my hand. Press harder. Harder. Sleep. Deeper breaths. There you go. Just deeper, relaxed. Every breath you take, every sound you hear takes you deeper and more relaxed. And the more relaxed you are, the clearer the memories will be. And the clearer the memories, the more details you'll be able to describe. I'm going to count, and when I reach 3, you're going to be right before the experience. And what I want you to do is I want you to describe it in as much detail as you can. 1, 2, 3.
I hear noises coming from far away, splashing. 2 feet running in the water. Splash, splash, splash. It's real close.
And what happens next?
I could see it in the moonlight. It smelled so bad. It was so big. I got really, 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 really low to the ground and didn't want it to see me. I'm really worried. And it made me just cower and afraid. Splashing, coming, running, getting closer. And it was really heavy.
Roger, what do you think this thing is?
What's happening now?
You just hear splash, 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 splash.
Roger has entered a state of ultra-depth hypnosis in an attempt to recollect details from a possible Bigfoot encounter he had over 15 years prior.
scared me, and I got really, 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 really low to the ground and didn't want it to see me. I'm really scared, and I'm really worried. Splash, 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 getting closer and closer. It ran by. I was scared.
You're scared?
Its hands were just huge down to its knees. It was running. These huge shoulders and this no neck, and this just head was the size of my body. It's just huge.
Stop. What do you see right now?
It's covered in twigs and wood. It smelled like just a corpse or something, just something decaying. It was horrible.
Roger, you have your bolt-action rifle with you, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever think about firing it?
I was gonna.
You were going to?
Yeah.
How come you didn't?
I didn't want to kill a man. It had to be a man. Didn't know who would be out there running. Except it's not human.
Roger, what do you think this thing is?
It was a beast.
Does it belong to this world?
Yeah. We don't belong where they live. They've been there a long time.
One of those details that really stuck out to me in Roger's encounter was the fact that he described this creature covered in sticks and fur. And maybe these creatures are camouflaging themselves, using parts of their environment. I can't help but to think of ghillie suits.
A ghillie suit is a type of camouflage often used in the military that is designed to resemble the surrounding environment. Attaching local flora, like plants and leaves, is a common tactic to make the suits more effective.
Maybe, just maybe, that's what Bigfoot is doing as well. This is exactly what happened with Maria. Something came at her from the woods and then stopped, and when she looked to see where it was, she didn't see anything.
Ronnie and Maria are 300 yards from one another, staking out an area where they believe they may have witnessed Bigfoot activity over the past 48 hours.
There was some strange whistling on one end and the other. Hey, Maria, it's Ronnie. Can you hear me?
Hey, Ronnie.
How's it going?
I'm down by the edge of the river.
I'm in position along the game trail. I'm hiding. I'm thinking about doing a call. I just want to give you a heads up.
Okay, I'll turn the thermal on and stand by for the call. Thanks for letting me know.
Hey, Maria, are you getting any activity?
Ronnie, I'm turning on the thermal because I heard a sound from the other side of the river.
Okay.
Guys, what is that? Please. What is that? I'm just gonna move a little bit away from it and come back to it. There it is. It's right on the water's edge. And the signature is getting bigger.
Maria, come in for Ronnie.
Look, there's a shadow coming off the water from it. The signature's getting bigger. There's something there.
Maria, come in for Ronnie.
There's something there, and it's reflecting off the water.
Maria's not responding.
Seriously, what is that?
Next time on Expedition Bigfoot.
What the is that?
Ronnie, I've got a huge heat signature, and there's little white dots above its head.
I was shocked to see what I thought was a giant man in a ghillie suit. It stuck its hands over its face and crouched down, and it just vanished.
You're famous for capturing what's known as the Sierra Sounds.
Sounds they heard was just way outside anything had been heard before.
Look at this, you guys. Something's been bedding here.
Oh my God. It's definitely trampled down. That definitely something was here.
Whatever it is, it's being stealthy, which gives me the indication that we're being stalked.
Holy, this thing is moving towards us.
Holy